Hello, we are in
Riad
in Marrakech, Morocco. So it's our first time in Africa, and let's just say we've definitely I feel like we just made like a beginner's mistake, right? Yeah, but it's okay. We'll explain that later. But tonight we got into our riad pretty late, I'm not gonna lie. But not super late. We're obviously dressed up.
9:30 p.m.
Yeah, we showered and then we went out because it is Saturday. So we were hoping to eat and we went to Misson, which bomb. I'm gonna
It's walking distance too.
It's so good. Misson is located where all of the other higher end restaurants are located, which is about a 15-minute walk from the Medina. You can either take a cab or you can walk it. I also wanted to give you guys a little room tour from our riad. This is definitely the more simple and budget friendliest one of the trip. Hello from Marrakech, Morocco. It is our first full day here, but our second day. We did film a little bit yesterday when we went out for late dinner, and a lot of the restaurants that I picked here were very restaurants and then they turn into party afterwards. It's kind of chill clubby vibes. I think we didn't actually go to a proper club, but it was very fun.
It was really late when we got dinner. I'd say 11:30ish. So other than I was a bit being worried about going out. To be honest, to find food, I was like, oh no, they're probably gonna say no to us. Luckily, it's
everything was it was Saturday, so we'll see how tomorrow is. Sorry for the back noise. When you're staying in a riad, you kind of hear everything that everybody's doing, so be mindful because they can also hear everything you're doing.
Yes.
But these rooms are ginormous. I feel like we paid a very decent price for this. It's almost, I want to say, cheaper if you want to stay at a hotel. But
the full experience
of being a riad is just so cool. Look behind us, it's so cool. And then I will also show you guys the bathroom because it's so, I don't know, it feels like you're in a spa. I don't know, it was very cool. So we have a couple of things planned for today. I brought a couple of scarves to go into more religious sites, but we'll see, because maybe I'll just buy one here because they're very pretty too. But yeah, we're going to Jardin Majorelle and YSL, which I believe the YSL museum, but I believe the Jardin Majorelle was previously owned by Yve Saint Laurent, but I'm not sure, but I think so. So we found that a lot of things here were owned by him, where he frequented a lot, so very cool. So yeah, we'll take you guys. As we are staying in the Medina, we do have to come out to this kind of plaza to kind of take our cab to wherever we're gonna go. In this case was the two museums. We did stop for lunch nearby, and there is a lot of fun deals, so definitely try the tagine and try all the different teas. The mint tea is my favorite. just finished up at Jardin Majorelle and we are very excited. We highly recommend this place, guys. It's really beautiful and I feel like it's kind of not what you expect. Like, I feel like you come in and you're like, wow, like the flowers and the trees and the palm trees and the cacti are kind of crazy. But once you come in a little bit more, you're like, the structures by like where the villa where the people used to live, like that's really, really nice. And I'm not sure if to call it a museum or like an exhibit, but yeah. So Yve Saint Laurent was the second person who actually owned this, and then the first, his museum, I think it's a him because it's Pierre.
Yeah.
But his museum is inside the Jardin Majorelle, but you do have to buy separate tickets for that. And we got just for the Jardin, and then now we're gonna go to the YSL museum. So we're very excited, but it's so worth it.
Yeah, it's also peaceful.
It's so peaceful, yeah. Our beast ready to sleep.
Yeah, honestly, the nature sounds, the birds. There's only this one weird animal that sounds like he's like a baby crying. That's like.
Oh yeah, we were like sitting on it. It's like.
I thought it was a kid
like,
crying. I was like, oh my god, like
doing that, but it's some kind of like animal. I don't know. Inside the YSL museum, you're not allowed to film or take photos of the pieces, but if anybody is interested in fashion and art, it is definitely something so worth to check out. And it is so fun to see how he incorporated non-European influence into his pieces. Just took a cab from the place where Jardin Majorelle and Yve Saint Laurent museum is, because it's a little like, it's not in the Medina, so it's like a little far but not too far. Taxi there would be like
50 dirham, and that took like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's
about that.
And then we're now back on like the other side of the Medina where there's like a lot of temples and monuments.
Normally you would do both the palaces. There's Bahia Palace and then but I think we only have time for one today. But we're excited because they do close at 5, like most monuments and stuff like that. So we'll show you guys. One of the most unique parts of Morocco is getting to spend time in the souks and going to all the little shops where there's local craftsmen, designers, and artists. And your riad is such a great way to escape the chaos. So we're back in our riad, just recharging. We're in the rooftop and it is so beautiful, guys. We cannot recommend you staying at a riad more when you come to Marrakech. They treat you so well. They give you a bunch of tips, like what the price of certain things should be, or if you are more interested in fixed prices, they tell you what area, like what, there's like an artisanal art place where like all the prices are fixed, so you don't have to haggle. I feel like it definitely depends on your preference. Like you can definitely haggle in the souks and stuff. For us, I think the cab, like the taxis, are a little bit what bothers us, just because we know that
to buy something like, oh, okay, like you're gonna haggle and stuff, but for the taxis you have to like really like set a price or walk away, and then like you can like set a price and then they try to change it. So like we've been very like, okay, so if you're gonna change it, we like have to get out. They eventually like, if you get out, they're like, oh, like no, it's okay, like just.
They're typically also not non-aggressive, so like what the riad person said, like everywhere there's always like people that like are trying to like take advantage. So honestly, the like 90% of them are like, oh, they're just trying to like, get a
there's
deal,
definitely like a couple like where they'll be like, oh, it's 100, and like if you're going like around here, it should be 40 to 50. So the moment you're like, oh no, then they'll be like, they'll like drop it to 50, or they'll be like, how much are you willing to pay?
Yeah, you just have to be firm about it.
Yeah.
The only issue would be like when you're going from the airport or like a far place like Agafi.
Yeah, because we're going to the Agafi desert tomorrow, so we're very excited. But
so those ones we are getting a transfer from the riad. He said to pay him only, and then they'd pay in cash the actual taxi.
Yeah, like the riad,
so you don't have to worry about
the cabs and
anything
stuff
like that.
Yeah, but so this is our first full day here, and it's been so good. We're very excited. We're headed to a rooftop. We're not positive if it has alcoholic cocktails, just because I think this specific one doesn't. But yeah, every restaurant here that we've been to has. But this specific one, I don't know. I think people said something about it, but I still wanted to go just because it's so pretty. And Otto rooftop. We're going to Otto. Be mindful. Always check wherever you're gonna eat if they take card. Most restaurants do, but for example, the one we're going to right now doesn't take card, just cash. So, but yeah, we're really excited. We've had such a good day here, and yeah, no, it's super nice.